Hi, guys, and welcome back to episode 4 of Building Forever. I'm Kristen Simmons.
And I'm RyanSimmons, and we are the owners of Forever Young Frankfurt.
Today, we're taking you through a day in the life and how we navigate constant change while running 2 businesses.
Plus, we'll discuss how Forever Young has helped enhance our fitness and personal goals.
So let's get right into it. How you feeling this week?
Not too bad. I think it's been, a rough start to the week. Had some little drama last week and, some employee issues with our other business. So we're still dealing with that, but otherwise, business picked a little bit. Coming off January is a slow month, so we've seen some uptick a bit. We're still always trying to do better. I know how you're doing, but really, how are you doing?
I'm doing good right now. I actually had a really good day today, but I will say this past week was probably top 3 worst weeks I've had in the last year. I feel like every 3 months we go through this cycle where things are going really well and then suddenly it does a 360, 180. What is it?
Down.
Your world literally gets rocked and it kind of blindsides you. Maybe we are working 7 days a week. We're just so consumed by it that we don't see the warning signs. I don't know what it is. That was this last week. It's like this cycle of things are going good, good, good. And then all of a sudden you can feel it starting to shift. And then it's almost like this unsettling feeling. And then this build up and then it explodes. And then you're like, what are we going to do? Where are we going to go from here? And then we figure it out. And then it's good, great, and wonderful. And then it kind of happens again.
Yeah, I agree. You're on the cycle, and where momentum was going, very strong, and then again, you have these things happen that sort of knocks you back a few steps, and just makes you work hard to sort of fix these issues. So, again, it's hard to control everything. We do the best we can, right?
Certainly, just navigating that mental and emotional landscape. I've noticed that so much happens in a day, so much gets thrown at us, where it's almost like I'm not able to even process the little things that happen. And then it builds up. It's almost like we're working 24/7, right? So it's like, oh, well, I don't want to bring it home. I don't want to bring up negativity. So I just shove it down and I deal with it. And then I just keep doing that day after day after day after day. And then I feel like there's so much buildup where I just can't even take it anymore. That was this weekend. And then I just go through 3 days where all I do is cry. And you ask me what's wrong, and I don't even know. So I went through that this weekend, but as we're preparing for our competition season, last year I took the entire year off because it was just too much for me to handle mentally. All my time and my energy, my attention needed to go towards the businesses. And I watched Ryan compete, and that was really motivating, but it almost felt I don't know, I was a little jealous that I couldn't handle it. So it's really important for me to be able to compete this year. I took the whole year off to improve. I finally felt like I was set up for my competition season, and then this happened. But I mean, what's it like on your end when we go through these cycles?
It's similar. I think I deal with, these stressful situations a little differently than you do. More of probably just experience, I guess. Sometimes you just sort of deal with, the things that are boring, the things that you sort of brush off, and you can't let everything get to you. So I think that's how I deal with things. Doing these issues happen. It's bothersome. And certainly, we have goals, and when these things happen, it sort of sets us back, and we have to sort of reset and look at what we do to change. But I think we're all on the same page. Maybe I'm on the front of the page and you're on the back page or whatever. We're still on the same page. I think it's just it's a learning curve, and it's like life. It's like things happen, and you can't control these things. But when we have so many people depending on you, we have a lot of employees now. We have obviously a lot invested in this business. So it's important for us to really succeed. So.
Yeah. So over the weekend, we kind of sat down and came up with a good plan to support my mental health, like as we go into our competition season, right? What did we come up with?
The plan, I think, is, I think the difference between your role and my role in the company is I do a lot of behind the scenes things, and so it's a lot of computer things I could do sort of whenever. I don't get typically bothered as much in the office as you do because you're pulled in different directions from based on the front desk, and also you're really heading up together your own body, so that's pulling away. So really giving you some more time to structure that a bit better, to give you a day, a week at home where you can work from home, do your cardio in the morning, do your workouts, and then have the day to sort of not be disturbed and really focus on things you need to do that you typically can't get done during the day when you're in the office. So I think that's the plan. We give that a try. We've sort of thinking Mondays, but we may change that depending on, today, for example, somebody called sick, so we couldn't do it. We had to be there, both had to be there all day. So we'll see how next Monday works and then see if that works out for us.
Yeah. And today we had our whole plan. I was like, okay, I'm gonna have my day to myself. I was like mentally ready for it. And then like literally as we're about to walk out the door, someone called off sick, which I mean it happens. But I just feel like in that moment, like when you get that, you almost flip a switch in your mind as a business owner because you're like, okay, let's do this. Because no one else is going to. It was like a cycle in my head where I'm like, sad, mad, angry, because it's like no matter what you do to try to prioritize yourself, you're never gonna come first.
No, it's true. And I think we're getting better at doing that too. It's like more second nature now. When things happen, we just do it and take care of it. Whether it's someone sending you a text at 11 o'clock saying they're not teaching tomorrow, and you've got to contact 20 people to tell them to show classes, or the alarm goes off in the middle of the night, or whatever it is. It's like it always comes down to it's on our backs. So we're sort of getting used to it. It's more like second nature now, I think. So
I'm always one of those people that's kind of like looking for a sign. And so it's like, is it a sign that I'm not supposed to stay home today? I'm so happy I went to work today. Like so many wonderful things happened that had I not been there, they wouldn't have. And I can't say that for every day I'm in the office, and I don't have an office. So I'm constantly like moving rooms, which is a whole other thing. But I think I was meant to be there today for a lot of different reasons. Also finding ways for Ryan and I to support each other through our competition season, and honestly just life in general, because it ebbs and flows. Like there's times where it's like I can see that Ryan's like mentally taxed. It's kind of like a dance trying to support each other, right?
yeah, you know that, but
That being said, I am 16 weeks out. Last night was my last meal off plan. So diet mode. Next week begins my deficit. So that'll be at least 4 months. 16 weeks out is 4 months for my first show. And then we have like a season planned. It's getting serious and I'm excited about it. I didn't get to compete last year. So it's so important to me to have a strong village around me, and I starting to understand that like maybe all of this happened for a reason, to set me and you up in the best position possible so that we can be successful in all aspects of our life, even though it's hard right now and we don't always understand why things happen, but it's always for a reason.
So we want to talk a little about how our day looks, day to day. And honestly, it's pretty similar through at least Monday to Friday. It's a similar schedule. Saturday, Sunday, a little different because we're only from 9 to 2. We've got to a pretty good groove. I don't sleep a lot, so I'm always up early. But in Kristen, honestly, this is the first time, I guess probably this past year, where you've been getting up. Like you're not a real morning person now.
I would say I like being up earlier.
You don't like getting up though. That's the problem.
Okay, well, there's a difference between not getting up at 4 a.m. and getting up at like a reasonable time. I think for me, I'm my best self at like 8 hours of sleep. When my sleep suffers, I'm not my best self.
I agree. I wish I should sleep more, but I just don't sleep as much as I should. But I think I've modified a bit. I'm not doing the 4 o'clock anymore. I used to do that pretty frequently. I have every once in a while I do it, but typically it's between 5 and 5:30. We're up. I'm up at least doing my rounds with the dogs and the food and getting them outside. Kristen's still getting sort out of bed and getting ready. So we have that sort of rotation that we do every morning and getting our first meal in. And then of course, once we do that, we're off to the gym. least right now. It might change in the next few weeks with doing cardio. Sometimes we do cardio at home, but for now we're off at the gym. Hit the gym by hopefully 6:30, and that gets us where he's in there for typically an hour and a half, 2 hours. And depending on what gym, sometimes we change at the gym, go right to the center. Oftentimes we come home if we have time to go home. We change, have a meal, and then go back to the center. So that's sort of the morning routine we have, anyways. Understand?
No, I think it's just important to say we both eat 5 meals a day right now, right? So the average person maybe eats 3 meals and we eat 5. Structuring our day around eating, because like once we get to the office and like if it's a busy day, we kind of have to keep each other on track with our meals. Like, have you eaten yet? But depending on which gym we go to, we always trained at Body Tech in Mokina, which is about 5 minutes from Forever Young. And then Planet Fitness opened up right across the street. And so that's been really convenient. So right now we have it structured to go to Body Tech on my lower body days, which is Monday and Friday, because they have some equipment that Planet Fitness doesn't. So we've gotten into a pretty good groove with that. Right. And then my biggest stressor recently has been like, okay, well, my cardio is about to only go up from here for the next 4 months. So trying to figure out our routine, acclimating to that, because then not long after mine does, yours is going to too. So we have to accommodate both of our schedules in that aspect, because ideally for me, I would be doing my cardio in the morning and training in the afternoon, and it's not always possible to do that. So we'll have to do like a slight shift of the schedule, right?
Yeah. But I mean, it is nice to have gym across the street, because not right now when the weather's 17 degrees out, but when the nice weather comes, you can just walk across the street and you do it at noon or do it, early in the morning. So it's going to give us some more flexibility. Whereas before we had to sort of drive somewhere, drive home or drive back. So I think we've got good setups. It's nice to have the two options and utilize both of them.
And then the center, we're open up at Forever Young until 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday. Tuesdays we're actually open till 8 p.m. And then Fridays we close at 4. We have coverage now where some days we can scoot out a little early.
Easy 5.
Typically we leave between 5 and 6. Once we get home, we spend about an hour getting our meals ready for the next day, getting our dogs in order. In the midst of that, we're doing some work, doing some laundry, showering, and then we're typically in bed by 8 p.m.
Usually with our computers, still doing texts and following up leads and the things that we didn't get done during the day, and just making sure that we're staying on top of it. But at this point in the game, we have to do these things. It's a long day for us for the first 2 or 3 years of any business. You have to do more than the average person does, or you won't succeed. So we have to put the extra hours in. That's going to benefit us at the end. We do it together, so it's like we're in bed. Hey, well, we can relax a bit. Do some texts and emails, and at least we're together side by side doing the same thing, and it makes it much easier to cope with. So
Yeah, definitely.
so both of us being in the bodybuilding world and also in the health and wellness world, I mean, the things sort of go hand in hand, and having a structured fitness life has really helped us, I think, in the business. It's really kept our minds sort of clear and focused on things that need to be, and again, talking about routines and doing certain things. I mean, it's really so important to do these things for yourself too. It's like the whole look your best, feel your best. In order to have that real mentality, you have to do it outside of the office, and it means you're going to the gym, means eating right. These are things that we do every day, and it's now we have sort of this outlet for young to sort of help us. It's a lifestyle for us, really. So it's just been able to sort of enhance our day-to-day lives by being in the fitness world and also being in the space as well. So what do you think?
I feel like a lot of people don't fully understand the whole bodybuilding concept or lifestyle. People are like, oh, you eat well and you work out. And it's like every day. So I feel like the whole consistency bit is where people get a little lost when we're like, yeah, we eat 5 meals a day. We do that every day. And we work out every day. And it's a priority every day. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it's one of those things where people, they look at bodybuilding, they go, it's a waste of time. You're spending too much time doing this. But it's no different than anybody else has hobbies in their life they do, whether they're a golfer, whether they like to read, whether they like to watch movies. These are all time that you spend during your day. You only have so many hours in the day, and frankly, you only have so many hours in your life. So you got to pick and choose what you want to do. And so maybe I don't read a lot of books. Maybe I spend time in the gym, or maybe I don't watch as much TV as other people do, or I don't do certain activities. So this is what we've chosen to do. It helps us, mentally, helps physically, really maintain a higher quality of life. I think that's, really the most important thing to me anyway. It's just, we have this one body, and, why go through life unhappy or feeling hurt, or if you struggle with doing things, people need to be strong and people need to have muscle. We have to do these things. It's not easy to do, but nothing that's easy in life to do is really worth it, right? So, so that's my perspective on it, and people would agree or disagree, but that's my stance.
And I definitely think like there's nothing more powerful than, I'm just speaking from a personal standpoint, than like working on yourself next to the person that you love. Like you and I, we go every day. We have completely different goals, which I mean, I really enjoy working out with you, but it's like I'm trying to grow my glutes and Ryan's trying to grow his chest. So we go to the gym together. But we don't do the same workouts because our goals are different. And I feel like, I don't know, it's powerful to like be in the same environment as your partner and to be like working hard on yourself, for yourself, but also for each other, because you deserve a high quality life you deserve a high quality wife, and I can only be a high quality wife when I'm working on myself and doing things for myself. People probably look at bodybuilding as a vain sport in an aspect, but I also sometimes you have to be a little selfish to be the best version of yourself. And I feel like that's the greatest gift you can give to anybody, is to be the best, most high quality version of yourself for as long as you're alive, right?
No, I agree. I mean, it's like you have this one life, and I see people sometimes struggle, and they're at the age where I hope that when I'm at the age that I don't struggle like that. I don't have issues walking, and sure, everybody has health issues and things happen in life that you can't always control. But if you're doing these things earlier in life, and even if you're, I look at people who come to Atlantic and who are 40 and 50, just starting TRT or just starting to think about losing weight. It's like it's not too late to do that. I mean, certainly starting earlier makes it easier, but at this point, when you're 40 to 50s, and you still have 30 years, maybe 40 years left in your life. People really underestimate how important muscle really is. It's important it carries your frame and helps you from not falling and breaking a hip. There's totally so many things that muscle is important for. So you need to have that mindset that you're not just doing it just for a vein, you're doing it for the health benefits of it, and living a better life, and being able to carry your grandchildren and be able to walk upstairs and these things as you grow older, so you're not dependent on wheelchairs and canes and feeling weak, really. It's for me, that's really the most important thing, is thinking about longevity and health and wellness and just all those things tying together. It starts with getting up in the morning and just having that mindset that, hey, today's a new day. I'm going to get up out of bed, even though I'd rather sleep in half an hour. I'm going to go to the gym, do my cardio, eat my meals, and just make it a routine as part of your life. It's no different than getting up and doing all the bad things that some people do, getting up and having a bowl of cereal, or getting up and not doing your cardio. And I mean, it's no difference. It's your choice. So it's all about choices.
Definitely. So let's talk about how Forever Young has changed our personal and fitness goals.
Yeah, I mean, it's given us certainly some set of tools that we hadn't had in the past. These as simple as the InBody analysis that we have, and we're doing it on a regular basis, sort of track our water levels and our muscle mass and our body fat, and these things that typically we were guessing before. Now we have a good barometer of where we are is a big thing. I know you do that as well. So
yeah, so I feel like that's been huge for me this past year. I took an entire year off to improve. So with that, the scale goes up and up and up. I gained 20 pounds about since my last competition, which there's a difference between gaining 20 pounds in a good way and in a not good way. So this has been something I worked on with my coach, where we like slowly increased my food. And for quite a while, I was pretty uncomfortable with the amount of food I had to eat, because I'm eating a lot of protein, I'm eating a lot of clean carbs with having a meal off the end of the week, right? But it's been very helpful for me to step on the InBody monthly about and saying, okay, well, my weight is increasing, that's what we want, but also my muscle mass is increasing, which is what we want, and my body fat is still on the lower side, because for bikini, for my specific goals, you don't want to put on a ton of body fat. It's just going to make it that much harder when prep starts. it's certainly been mentally helpful gaining weight and seeing that I'm gaining good weight, meaning muscle and some body fat. But I feel like the InBody is such a great tool for anybody on a fitness journey, whether you're trying to grow or whether you're trying to lean out. It certainly made this process for me more insightful.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
And then I would also say the Bloodworks, because prior to opening Forever Young, you never really had a problem with it because you were already getting your levels checked and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
But for me, in my early 20s, I had a lot of gut issues. I had a lot of hormone issues. And when I would go to the primary and I wanted to get my hormones checked, he would only run my thyroid. There wasn't really anything they would do for my gut problems. Like, I had to basically fight to get a colonoscopy. Ulcerative colitis in my immediate family. And I was worried that maybe I had that or Crohn's. And it's just not something that people take very seriously in the Western medicine world. And so that's honestly why I became a health coach, was to pretty much self-help myself. But in the midst of that, getting my labs done anywhere was just really not possible. We ended up going out of state and spending like $1,000 at an naturopath's office to get my labs done once, which was insane. And so having Forever Young now is amazing because we're a hormone optimizing center. The information about our bodies that we're able to collect is such a comprehensive panel. It's amazing. And being able to share that with my coach, because when you're going through a competition prep, where you're in season or in off season, it's really important to take a look at the big picture of your health, especially when you're dieting down and getting to a low body fat percentage, and then you're losing your menstrual cycle, and then you're getting it back. Seeing really what's going on inside your body has been a huge help so that I can share that information with my coach. He can have a better glance at what's going on with me, and then same with Ryan, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. It helps out have the advantages of just having it done when we want to have it done, and not having questions of why do you want this information. Doctors don't really, they don't want to give it to you unless, they think it's the right thing to do, and they don't like to go outside of the boundaries. And, with this, be able to get, all the information I want to get. If I have any questions of why I want to have it, it's our health, and our health is our health, and we should be able to find out anything we want to have done in our blood. With the health industry has changed, over the years, with as much information as we as civilians can have. We can look these things up. We understand, probably more so than ever, what certain issues could be in your body and could be in your blood that 50 years ago, people didn't have a clue. That the knowledge is just so vast nowadays. Yes, it's been great for both of us. And on top of that, we're looking at some of the other peptides and NAD are two things that we both look at, and we've seen great results. NAD particularly is something that, it's a called use of coenzyme, and so it's natural, and it really helps so many facets of your health and wellness. For me, it's mental clarity has been a big thing for me as an older gentleman. But I just think I just feel different being on it. I don't have cravings anymore, which is a big thing. So we really suggest that if you're looking at weight loss as another potential way to help with cravings and just overall feeling great. So I know Kristen, you've had sort of similar feeling with it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't think it's an age thing at all, because I'm 30 and my mental clarity has improved so much. Tonight's our NAD night. We do our NAD on Mondays, and I'm so excited because I can always tell I'm ready for more. They do recommend 4 weeks. You do one shot weekly and then bi-weekly after that. But I believe just by how hard we train, how hard we work, we've continued to do it weekly, and I fully reap the benefit. I cannot say enough good things about NAD. And then the peptides that we do.
Really main was BBC 157. Again, so helping with tendon repair, soft tissue repair. Both of us will be in the gym. I've had some lingering injuries for years that just never seem to get better. And when you don't get time to stop doing something, if you just stop working out, which is sort of sometimes impossible in the lifestyle we have, it's part of our nature. So to stop, for 6 weeks to not do anything is really not possible. So this is something that we've tried it. I've seen great results. Less pain, certain injuries that have been nagging for years that have been feel like they're healing. So for us, it was important in the sport for a watch during on some of your joints and tendons. So at the end, it's been another positive, the benefits of having forever young your back hair.
And then I also take the BPC 157 early because it helps with gut health. So I do think that has also helped me quite a bit. Also, I think just our diet and lifestyle really has helped my gut health as well. Just like the consistency with diet and figuring out like what my sugars are and all that sort of thing. The last thing that has just dramatically changed my fitness and personal goals was my PRP hip injection. I did that this off season and I wish I would have done it sooner. I feel like I have a brand new hip. That was something I really struggled with for quite some time, was just like the clicking and popping and feeling like an old lady in my 30-year-old body. Brian calls me Granny because when I bend down, like my hips pop so loud. I think they probably always will. I think that was probably from like gymnastics or whatever when I was young. But the PRP really went in there and helped repair some of that soft tissue damage. And I'm able to train with no pain. I look forward to my lower body days. I was really dreading them for a long time. And I look forward to lifting heavy and being able to push myself. And I just got a lot more joy in the sport and in training since I had that done. It's changed my life, honestly.
You can't get IDs. This is something that we do regularly. I mean, I really look at it as if you feel something coming on, like maybe a little bit of a sniffle or something like that, I think it's important. It helps your immune system. Get the forever young IV, and I had it the other day, and I felt great the next day. I felt me, I was getting something, and it sort of pushed through it, and I feel 100% today. So I think that's important because it's getting sick when you're trying to work out is not good, and you're typically that's when you have to take time off when you are ill. Not only just go to the gym, get everyone else sick either, but you can't wear and tear your body down when it's trying to fight itself internally to get better. So anytime that illness always hinders when you're trying to work out, and not only that, but we have businesses around, so we don't have the middays at the office either. So
We don't have time to get sick. So really finding ways to prioritize ourselves despite the chaos is really just eating well, working out, and taking care of our mental health. I feel like what's the worst people can say about it is that we eat well and we work out. That's what we do for fun.
yeah. Yep, no, that's I mean, like I say again, so it's a lifestyle, and I'm a big proponent of saying, try for 21 days, try see how it changes your life. You'll notice a difference. Yeah, everything about you will change, from the way you hold yourself to the way you think, to the way you perform at your job. I mean, it really is just a life changing, and so I certainly, as one of the owners, I love to have conversations with clients on people who are just starting the fitness journey or starting the weight loss journey on how it impacts your life. I think you'll find for the time it takes, it doesn't really consume your life. You eat anyway, so why not eat good? You have time during the day to do certain things. Why not spend an hour in the gym? Just think about it that way instead of making it as something that it's a pain to do. So it shouldn't be a pain to do. It should be something you enjoy. Anyway, that's my philosophy.
Definitely. And we make it even more easy because we have Together Yoga and Pilates right next door. So if you're not a gym goer and you don't even know where to start, yoga and Pilates and bar that we offer, the low impact, the sense of community you get there is just, it's so wonderful. The feedback that we get, the atmosphere, the environment, it's empowering. You should give it a shot. If you don't know where to begin, start there. But also you can always have a conversation with Ryan or myself. We're more than happy to help you get started on your health, wellness, and fitness journey so that you can look and feel your best. So thanks for tuning in this week. Do you have anything more to add, Ryan?
No, just looking forward to a strong finish of the month.
Let's finish out February strong. And is next week March?
No, the end of the week, though.
Okay, well, we have another week February, so I was just kidding. But thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment. The more you engage with us, the more people hear about all the wonderful services and procedures that we have to offer to help you all look and feel your best. So again, thanks for tuning in. I'm Kristen Simmons.
RyanSimmons.
We're the owners of Forever in Frankfurt. We will see you next week.